Hi Math 30s. We're going to look at two diploma style questions that you'll want to be able to do for your exam. So what the questions would be is solve for n using factorial notation. And remember that you'll be given your formula on your formula sheets for NPR. Okay, what you want to do here is just identify n and identify r. So 4 would be my r, and that's going to be n, and over here, that's going to be n, and 2 would be r. Okay, so let's convert this into the formula. So it's going to be n factorial all over n minus r, and r is 4, equals 28 times, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to do n factorial, which would be that, n minus 1 factorial, all over n minus r, and that would be n is n minus 1 minus r, which is 2. Let's clean this up over here. And what we would have on the left-hand side, we'd have n factorial over n minus 4 factorial is equal to 28 times n minus 1 factorial. And if I simplify the bottom, negative 1 minus 2 is going to be negative 3. So that would give me n minus 3, close bracket, factorial. Okay, what we want to do from here is we want to see if we could cancel. So we're going to unzip and cancel. Remember that you always unzip the larger of the two. So this would be 10, and that would be, if I did 10 minus 4, it would be 6. So we're going to unzip the numerator. And remember, we're going to unzip until we get to an n minus 4 factorial so that we could cancel. So n factorial would be n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4. Stop and put your factorial all over n minus 4 factorial. We're going to do the same thing on the right-hand side. So it's going to be 28 times. I'm going to unzip the numerator. So n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, stop factorial, all over n minus 3 factorial. N minus 4 and n minus 4 factorials would cancel. N minus 3 and n minus 3 would cancel. Let's rewrite this cleaned up. So cleaned up, what I would have is n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 is equal to 28 times n minus 1 and n minus 2. Okay, from here we're going to get to a spot where we actually, you've seen some questions like this in Math 20-1. And what would you do if you had the same bracket on each side of your equation? What you could actually do is you could cancel. So this n minus 1 would cancel with this n minus 1. And I'll quickly show you the reason why you could cancel. If I said, let's get rid of that n minus 1, we could do n minus 1 and n minus 1. And it would cancel anyways, right? So instead of doing that, we're just going to save ourselves time and say n minus 1 would cancel with n minus 1, n minus 2 cancels with n minus 2, and then it's much nicer what we have left over, and hopefully we could see how we're going to be able to solve this. So from here, you're going to get a quadratic, n squared minus 3n. I'm going to bring the 28 to the left-hand side, so negative 28 is equal to 0. And then with your quadratics, you can factor that. So we're going to factor by inspection, PSA 1. Two numbers that multiply to negative 28 and sum to negative 3 would be negative 7 and 4. So n minus 7 and n plus 4 is equal to 0. Again, make sure you don't drop your 0. From here, you could solve. N is equal to 7 and n is equal to negative 4. The answer, though, is going to be n is equal to 7. We're going to reject this, and we reject because n must belong to the element of natural numbers. Just let me change that. We're going to do one more similar to this. So let's look at this one. N factorial over 84 is equal to, here is my n, and that would be my r. So identify that as n and identify that as r. From here, there's nothing I could really do on the left-hand side, right? So let's keep our left-hand side as is. But we could deal with the right-hand side by putting it into the formula. So we're going to have n factorial, so it would be this factorial, all over n factorial. So that's going to, oh, sorry, n factorial. Let me just fix that. Okay, over n factorial minus r. So here's my n factorial, n minus 2, minus, now we have to be careful, r is a binomial, so I need to put that in a bracket. All right, now we could clean up the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, I have n factorial over 84 is equal to n minus 2 factorial all over n minus 2 minus n. We're going to have plus 4 here. And then I'm just going to clean this up. N minus n would cancel, and I'd be left with negative 2 plus 4, which is 2. So I'm just going to erase this because that's equal to 2. Okay, from here, you want to be able to unzip something and cancel. So you essentially want your factorials together. I want to unzip this n factorial and be able to cancel with this n minus 2. So I want this n minus 2 to be in the denominator here, and I want to get rid of 84. So how you get rid of the 84 is we're going to multiply both sides by 84. And then I want that n minus 2 over here, so I'm going to divide this side by n minus 2. And I'm going to divide this side by n minus 2. What you then have on your right-hand side is you're going to have 84 divided by 2, which is 42. On the left-hand side, you're going to have n factorial all over n minus 2 factorial. And from here, you could unzip, cancel, and then you're going to get your quadratic. So n minus 1, n minus 2 factorial over n minus 2 factorial. Cancel. We're going to get n squared minus 1n minus 42 equals 0. Find the two numbers that multiply to negative 42 and sum to negative 1. And that would be n minus 7 and n plus 6. So again, we're going to get an answer of n is equal to 7. We're going to reject our negative 6, and you'd state your reason n must belong to the element of natural numbers.